In the vast cosmos of gaming, two titans stand poised for a celestial showdown: Starfield and No Man's Sky. These space-themed giants promise breathtaking adventures among the stars. Both each brings its own unique strengths and weaknesses to the table. Join me as we delve into the cosmic competition between these two interstellar behemoths. So first of all, let's talk about the gameplay experiences between both No Man's Sky and Starfield. I'm going to start off with Starfield first of all because that is the most recent game I have completed now twice. So first of all, let's talk about its strengths for the gameplay experience. Now, it comes to no surprise, Bethesda, they're known for immersive single-player experiences. Now, with a rich, story-driven narrative, you will fall in love with everything this game has to offer. Not only do you focus on exploration, discovery, and you also have deep role-playing elements. And let's not forget as well, the extensive modding support for enhanced gameplay and customization. Whilst true, this feature alone is still yet to be seen if it's going to be ported over or how it could even be ported over to the Xbox. On PC, it is a thriving modding community that is dedicated to making every aspect of the game more unique. Now let's talk about its weaknesses. Now, of course, it comes to no surprise that there is no multiplayer in this whatsoever, and that is potentially alienating those seeking cooperative play. And let's not forget as well that this is an unproven track record as Bethesda's first venture into a space RPG. So that's the Starfield round over for the gameplay experience. But what about the No Man's Sky aspect of this? What is the No Man's Sky gameplay experience in comparison to Starfield? So let's talk about strengths for No Man's Sky. Vast procedurally generated universe with near infinite possibilities. You know, you've also got extensive multiplayer features, including cooperative and competitive modes, and continuous updates and improvements since its, well, rocket launch. Now, what about the weaknesses for the gameplay experience? It has a lack of a strong narrative, making it less engaging for players seeking a deep storyline. And the initial backlash due to the unmet pre-launch promises, although largely rectified over time, but still that did have a very deep-founded effect on the community as a whole, and it still has a grip even after all these years. Now, the next topic I want to speak about when we're comparing these two is obviously the graphics and the visuals. How does each game stacks up against each other? We're going to talk about the strengths and weaknesses again for both, and starting like the first time, we'll start off with Starfield. Now for strengths, let's talk about the fact that the graphics for Starfield are powered by Bethesda's Creation Engine 2. It offers high quality graphics and realism. And let's not forget as well about the attention to detail, especially in crafting unique alien worlds and starship designs. The team have put a lot of effort into that. And they also have a strong focus on next-gen hardware for cutting-edge visuals. So let's talk about the weaknesses side of things for the graphics and the visuals. Now, as always, it's no secret, it's always been a very big criticism for Bethesda titles, but the potential for bugs and performance issues. That's right, guys. As far back as I can remember for any Bethesda title, there has always been some sort of bug or performance issue that has impacted the game in some way, and we have waited for a long time for a patch for that to be released. So will that happen with Starfield? That is yet to be seen. And let's not forget as well, it is catering for the next generation of gamers, so it's going to require more powerful hardware to run it at its full potential. Alright, so now let's talk about No Man's Sky. Now, the strengths for the graphics and the visuals is, of course, its unique, colourful art style. It stands out among space exploration games, at least in my personal opinion. And it also has the procedural generation, which ensures a visually diverse universe, something which unfortunately Starfield does not have. Now let's talk very briefly about the weaknesses side to the strengths. So some players find the graphics less realistic compared to other titles. That's been an open secret for a very long time. We know that No Man's Sky does dumb down its graphics to a more playful style. And whilst yes, No Man's Sky does have procedural generation, I find that after exploring the galaxy for so long and over so many years like I have been doing, the procedural generation is limited and a lot of things are duplicated over and over and over again in different worlds, maybe a slightly different hue or a slightly different colour here, but for the large part, even though it is procedurally generated, it's still somewhat similar to other planets. Now, next on today's topic is exploration and discovery, and just like last time, we will start with Starfield. Now, the strengths for this are fairly straightforward. Everything is handcrafted from the worlds to the star systems, and that allows for an intricate and meaningful exploration. Alien civilizations and advanced technologies are all to be discovered, enhancing the immersion. However, there are weaknesses, so let's talk about the downsides to all this. It is a smaller universe when you compare it to No Man's Sky's near-infinite procedurally generated galaxy, or galaxies should I say, and it does have limited variety in planet types and creatures. So let's talk about No Man's Sky and how that compares against Starfield in the exploration and discovery category. It's virtually endless exploration possibilities in a universe teeming with diverse planets and species. Players can leave their mark by naming and documenting their discoveries. So that's something that you can do in No Man's Sky, but again, you can't do it in Starfield. You can't name a planet. You can't change anything like that. So, No Man's Sky, in my personal opinion, has that beat hands down. But now for the weaknesses. The procedural generation can lead to a lack of truly unique and memorable experiences. And guys, let's just be honest for a second. No Man's Sky has a lack of handcrafted storytelling elements, which can make exploration feel a little aimless sometimes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will leave it up to the court of public opinion. What do you think? Which one stacks up better, Starfield or No Man's Sky? On a personal level, I think in an epic clash between Starfield and No Man's Sky, both games shine in their own cosmic ways. Starfield, for example, offers a narrative-driven, immersive experience with stunning visuals, but No Man's Sky provides limitless exploration in a vast, procedurally generated universe. The choice ultimately comes down to your personal preference. A scripted space odyssey or an uncharted journey of endless possibilities. The cosmos, ladies and gentlemen, awaits your decision. Anyway, guys, that is everything from me here today. And as always, my name is Professor Cynical, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.